ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Today we will take up first the last suktam from Sage Parichepa, which was left off yesterday. This can be considered as a summary of all the earlier suktas. Rishi Parichepa, Devata, Vishwadeva, Mitravarno, etc. Chandas, Atyashti, Brihati, Trushtu. 139.1 Astu Sraushat Puro Agnim. O men, hear this. I shall concentrate my mind on Agni first. I invoke that brilliant power of Agni, which readily shines in the middle of or inside the earth, emitting ever new energy all the time. Then I invoke Indra and Vayu. May our auspicious hymns reach the shining beings quickly, like good auspicious hymns. The seer of the Sukta meditates on Agni first and invokes his strength, which appears in different forms. 139.2 Yatha Tyan Mitra Varuna. O Mitra Varuna, with your own might and with the might of your own strength, you give to the people that Satya, eternal truth, from Vrita, the eternal laws. May the living creatures on the earth see your golden glory with their own eyes, like we the sacrificers see that with our intellect, mind and eyes. From the changing Prakriti, diversity, one can arrive at the eternal truth, unity. One is the superimposition on the other. This is what enlightenment realize. Like men see the glory of Mitra Varuna in this universe, namely Rita, with their eyes. 139.3 Yuvam Stomebhi. O Atmiyashvins, persons desirous of glorifying you, invoke you loudly with auspicious hymns for all to hear. In the sacrifice, invokers come to you with their oblations. O all-knowing Ashwins, your fame and prosperity nourish the entire universe. O destroyers of miseries, may you come in your imperishable vehicle and shower on us wisdom in honeyed verse, which is as bright as gold. Spiritual rays of Paramatma, Jivatma, Ashwins bestow existence and consciousness on material forms in this universe. Imperishable vehicle implies drop of Atmiya Soma, which is shining with quantum of spiritual energy. The sacrificers are making use of Ashwin's chariot to take them in the path leading to the shining space, which is the abode of Atma. Atmiya Ashwins only rule over this path. True wealth and prosperity implies self-knowledge and bliss. 139.4 Acheti Dasra Vyu. O accomplishers of wonderful deeds, Atmiya Ashwins, the fact that you lead men to a miseryless state is well known. The attendants are harnessing your chariot to take you in the path to the shining space or higher levels of knowledge, which is never condemnable in a knowledge sacrifice. Sitting yourself in the front seat of your golden chariot, you move around the world and govern the path which leads straight towards realizing true wealth and prosperity. The true path lies from diversity to unity. 139.5. Oh, Shachibhirna Shajivasu, O possessors of light of knowledge, please protect us day and night with light of knowledge. Let your gift of knowledge be unending. Likewise, let our offerings never diminish. Light of knowledge should mean self-knowledge. Its possessors are enlightened souls. (139.6) Vrushanindra Vrushapanasa. O showerer of happiness, Indra, these drops of extracted Atmiya Soma essence have sprung up, extracted from the clouds or stones. They have sprung up for you for your drinking. May these delight you for giving us wealth, which is great and most wonderful. Being glorified by Vedic hymns, you, bearer of Vedic speech, please come to shower abiding happiness on us. Soma, flowing essence of Atma, is extracted for Indra from the cloud-like ignorance. Using this, Indra creates manifested material objects for mankind and for giving spiritual knowledge to seekers of truth. 139.7 O Shuno Agne, O soul of Agni, being invoked by us, may you listen to this attentively. You teach us sacrificers, who are scholars and also directors of sacrifices. Like a milch cow gives its milk to all, enlightened souls impart this knowledge to scholars shining like burning charcoal. Dispenser Atyama got this knowledge from you, who is activator of all. I know that together with Atyama, Agni, spiritual, is said to be imparter of self-knowledge to enlightened souls. He, being the soul of energy, is bestower of energy on all. Agni only gave this knowledge to the seer of the Sukta through enlightened souls. More to know. 139.8 Moshuvo Asmadabhi Moshuvo Asmadabhi. O Marus, may we not be deprived of your glorious powers and energies. May our wealth and fame never diminish. Also, may we regain what we have lost before. We pray for your wonderful, ever-new, eternal and admirable, well-known strength at all times. Please support us on occasions which are difficult to surmount and also when facing unrighteous enemies who are difficult to be overcome. Here, well-known strength refers to spiritual strength of Vayu. The seer is invoking the spiritual strength of Vayu in this search for truth. Next three rigs give a summary or conclusion to the series of suktas of sage Pariccheda. 139.9. Dethyang hame janusham. A preserver of wisdom, an ancient scholar, shining like burning charcoal, a brilliant intellect, a genius, a man free from threefold miseries, and a thoughtful person, know my birth of the seer of the Sukta. All these people are aware of the depth of my knowledge. They know the origin of my knowledge to be in the enlightened souls as the knowledge was acquired in their company. So they are attached to me, following their footsteps. I highly praise Indra and Agni by auspicious hymns. I praise by auspicious hymns. Other enlightened souls knew the birth of sage Varucheva as an enlightened soul. He derived his knowledge through them only, and so they know the depth of his knowledge. 139.10. Hoda Yakshatpanino. A sacrificer conducts a sacrifice in association with like-minded persons. That eager offerer of prayers performs sacrifices with Vedic speech in the company of great men dedicated to the welfare of all. Such an intellectual giant accomplishes the desired objectives by his own efforts. That man attracts towards himself many men, even from afar, by the hymns he perceived, like rainwater from the clouds. Sage Varucheva attained the truth in the company of enlightened souls. He produced these Vedic suttas with great effort. He attracts towards himself seekers of knowledge even from afar. The last ruk in the sutta, 139.11. Ye devaso divye. There are clever shining beings in the shining space. Similarly, there are clever shining beings over the earth and also in the atmosphere. O enlightened souls, you please enjoy this sacrifice with all your might. May the shining beings and enlightened souls who are present in the three worlds, Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, enjoy these hymns. Thus sage Varucheva concludes his presentation of the series of suktas which contain long-minding ruks. Real meanings of these ruks are not at all easy for comprehension. They are highly scholarly and call for a lot of patience to analyze them for arriving at the real meaning that he had in his mind. Now we take up for analysis the perceptions of another great sage, Dirghadama Aujatya. As usual, Devada is Agni, Chandas Jagadi Trishtup. Suktam 140. 140.1. Vedishade Priyadhamaya. O sacrificers, you please prepare a home for the beautifully shining spiritual Agni. He likes to occupy his favorite place in the sacrifice, which is neat, clean, good and open. Cover it as though with a cloth, with oblations like food for the darkness destroying Agni to your heart's content. Provide also a bright and splendid vehicle. The writ is addressed to the sacrificers, asking them to prepare the sacrificial place for Agni, gross or subtle, depending on the type of sacrifice. We go to next ruk, 140.2. Abhi Dvijanma. This twice born Agni Atma exhibits three different forms. Consuming the foods supplied, Agni grows again and again daily, all the year round, becoming showerer of happiness. He appears in his noble form, enjoying with his tongue-like flames whatever is given to him. By another form, destroyer Agni burns up trees in the forest. The Ruk talked about different forms of fire, sacrificial fire and kitchen fire, etc., as well as the all-destroying forest fire. 140.3. Krishna Prudau Bevije. Towards the same objective, his two mothers move on rapidly in darkness. They take care of Agni, the child, who comes out slowly from the protection of the mothers, showing the tongue forward greedily. He becomes the destroyer of darkness and promoter of happiness and knowledge of his protector. This refers to the fire or sparks of fire produced by churning a wooden rod in a wooden base, the tool with which men produced fire for the first time. 140.4. Mumuksho Manave. Those who strive after emancipation, for meditation and for performing sacrifices to achieve desired fruits, make use of the flames of Agni. Assisted by the agile, rapid-moving wind, they run like race horses and move along paths darkened by the smoke, spreading fast everywhere. The flames are dissimilar in appearance, but all are very quick. This gives a description of the flames of fire and needs no further elaboration. 140.5. Adasyate dhasayanto. One who faces challenges, putting up with all difficulties and works hard by resorting to breath control, etc., roars Vedic speech loudly like thunder and shines brilliantly, but others, allowing themselves to fall back, thereby creating gloom everywhere, engage themselves in vain activities. These are simple ruks, may not need any additional explanation. 140.6. Bhushanna Yodhi. This shining Agni bows down to reddish brown grass or wood as though adorning